Hey everyone, it's Libby from Master Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people and a huge welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget to comment on any video this week if you want to go into the draw for the free reading. So thank you for joining me. I have a huge list of questions still to get through, so I might just pop out another couple of videos today. Sorry about the volume of videos. What I'm going to have a quick look at is, have another look at Santos. George Santos. Apparently it has now been revealed that he has quite close ties to Andrew Intrater, who is the cousin to the energy oligarch, Russian oligarch, Viktor Vikesselberg, and I'm sure I've got that completely wrong. And what's happened is today it's been announced that he's been appointed to the Small Business Committee. What I'm getting is this appointment is what the boys are telling me is purely just a statement appointment. It is not like it's the Ethics Committee, the Ways and Means Committee, one of the really powerful committees. It's only an appointment to the Small Business Committee. Now, don't get me wrong, small business is the backbone of any economy, so it is an important committee, but it is very limited to what he can actually do. So apparently he will be under the chair, Roger Williams, and Roger Williams has said, I'm sure we can find something useful for him to do. What's also happened, I'll have a quick look at Santos's sister, who has been evicted from her New York apartment for unpaid rent. Apparently she owes, allegedly, $40,000 in back rent, and that is after she had paid direct to her landlords $30,000 in rent relief. So she's dudded $70,000 in rent. However, still had plenty of money left over to fund her brother's campaign. So let's see where that goes. There is claims that she didn't live in the apartment, her ex-boyfriend or fiance or whatever he is. However, Santos was seen visiting that particular apartment, allegedly. So we'll have a quick look at Santos's sister. I'm not really interested in her, but I do want to have a look at George Santos, just an overall energies, what his mischief he's going to get up to, what's going forward with him. Using my Golden Universal Tarot, the boys told me to reuse these because these are my money cards. Okay. Right, so I'll do 2 readings. I'll just do his links to Russia. Okay, guys, come on down. George Santos's links to Russia. Just tell me about that. Quick. Spiritual growth. Love to Denise. Spiritual growth. Spread. George Santos's links to, if it can't get any better, can it not get any better? If you go back on my past readings of him, I did see, even before he was called to resign, that he was going to stay firm and stick. It's the best ticket he's ever had, is this jaunt that he's found himself in. I don't think there's any laws that can actually get him out. But what's the fallout? Unless he I have seen that Brazil are going to try and extradite him in regards to the money fraud, money stealing down there. But it's a long, slow process. May not happen till after he actually gets voted out. But George Santos's links to Russia. Just show me the energies in regards to that. Oh God, I'm getting it's like my skull. I've got this prickling on it, but I'm just feeling like it's just being squeezed. Yes, guys. George Santos, links to Russia. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay. Oh, wow. Signifier card for him. Abuse of power. win at all cost, betrayal, sabotage, deception, you name it. But this is literally win at all cost, abuse of power is the signifier for George Santos. And I keep going to go DeSantis, but it's a different person. But it's the same sort of energy, these two dudes. Okay, George Santos. There he is, front and centre. His challenge overseas. Okay. A plan has come to fruition. A ship has come in from overseas. Okay. Going to be a challenge for him. The energy is stewing behind this. Oh God, he gets awful cards every time I draw on him. Dark money. Dark money does not need any further explanation. And heartbreak, loss, despair, truth, the truth stabbing through the heart. Going to find himself, I love this figure down the bottom, he's finding himself in this position as all the truths are coming out. But this is what's stewing behind. This is about the links to Russia. The outcome from it, moderation, temperance, and, two major arcana. Oh, right. A rebalancing. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. What am I seeing from this card? My vision has gone so blurry. My brain has just gone fog mist, coming out of the mist. Okay, thank you. They're telling me that there's something about there's how do I put this, guys? Okay, right. What I'm getting is there's going to be some sort of change that means that candidates are going to have to be vetted before they can stand. It's going to be a rebalancing. This is about moderate Republicans stepping over the aisle. There's going to be, I'm not getting lawmakers here, but the boys are really telling me, yes, okay, thank you, I'm getting it, that this is a move back to moderation. And with these two cards together, karma coming and biting on the bum, but also the fact that it is about a ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. What I'm getting is that because of this, there are going to be moderate Republicans that are going to step over the aisle and support a bill that is going to require candidates to be vetted before they can stand. Okay, too late for this particular one, but yeah, I don't know that there is going to be, I'm not seeing any legal outcome for Santos in regards to his links to Russia. But it is this energy behind the scenes. He's going to get voted out next time round. Is it in 2 years? Oh God, please let it be 2 years. And it is going to really, now if he hadn't run for government, then Brazil would not be reopening their case. It's just going to all, anyhow, you get what I mean. Let's see what the energy, the energy above him, restriction, jail, you name it, in regards to giving and to repaying debts, the giving and receiving of money. As I was thinking about, this is the energy that I was getting. Because what's going to happen is if he had not run for government, he would have just merrily carried on his own path, his own way. He would not have been brought to the attention of the powers that be. But because he has been, this karma is going to hang over him. It's a bit like Trump. Trump is really regretting that he ran for president, because otherwise he'd be merrily carrying on his own way, money laundering and living the high life and all the rest of it. But because he ran for president, and I think his kids are really regretting that he did too, everything is being brought down around him, and that is what is also going to happen to Santos. The outcome, Star of Hope, very much similar to Temperance energy. It is about a rebalancing in light of the seedy underbelly that is being brought forward, the toxicity, the swamp that's been brought to the surface and exposed, the harsh truth coming forward, a lot of work going on behind the scenes, which is going to lead to disappointment in choices that were made. In choices, sorry, is a bit of a glare. And the slow and steady progress forward can be my mercenary card, but I'm not feeling mercenary. I'm feeling that it is the slow steady forward of this working behind the scenes energy in light of this harsh truth, and there is going to be something brought forward and offered to the lawmakers to ensure that this never happens again. Okay, so I'm not seeing that Santos, George Santos is going to be evicted from government, but just the fact that he has been brought into this highlighted arena is going to lead to his downfall from now on in. Once he's voted out, which is going to happen, he's in a world of pain, and what has happened is going to bring about changes where the moderates are going to cross the aisle and bring forward a bill that is going to ensure that what the boys are telling me, ensure that candidates are vetoed, investigated publicly double-checked before they get into government. Now, there are talks that, rumours that allegedly those in the GOP knew that Santos was a fraud before he even became the primary, or after he became the primary. Thank you guys for that correction. After he became the primary, but they let him run with it. So there's going to be something introduced to government that is going to prevent this from happening in the future. Okay, show me what damage, or not damage, just show me Santos in the, talking about, there's going to be something introduced that is going to expose all this swamp, seedy underbelly to the light. It's just bringing everything to the surface so it can be dealt with. And that's what Trump was. The universal energies had him going into government so that he could expose all the failings of the system so that it can be rectified instead of just letting it merrily carry on its own path. The corruption, the bribery that goes on behind the scenes, you name it, that was going on in government already, that needed the gerrymandering, the election cheating, he was brought forward into government to expose so that changes can be made, solid changes for the better, because then there's the sort of truth on the bottom. Okay, back on topic. That was a quokka moment. If you don't know what a quokka is, Google it. Quokka. Absolutely. It's the Australian version of a squirrel. Okay, let's have a look. Just the energies of Santos in the Small Business Committee. I'm getting that it was a reward, McCarthy giving him a reward for him supporting McCarthy becoming the leader, but it is the least effectual reward they could have given him, is what I'm getting. Lawmakers at the bottom, but you've got the seeing all cat, but it was the least damaging reward they could have given him. Okay, show me Santos's energy in The Small Business Committee, the Small Business Committee. Santos, George Santos and the Small Business Committee. So I haven't looked to see who else has been put on committees. But we might get to that by the end of the week. George Santos, Small Business Committee. Just trying to find the right card. And there it is. Okay, thank you. Come on down. George Santos, Small Business Committee. Okay, yeah, it's a fairly ineffectual position that he has on the Small Business Committee. Page of Pentacles, money. And we know that small businesses are the heart of any economy, but it is only a page, so it is a fairly ineffectual position. Knight of Pentacles, so his challenge will be any slow and steady progress made forward. I don't think he's going to be able to have a lot of influence in this committee because this committee will just operate around him. Foundation, yeah, this committee is literally, we've got all Pentacles so far. This is about Small Business Committee. He is going to find himself literally cold-shouldered on this committee. In the past, we've got the Biden administration. Okay, interesting. Crowning this reading, which is the energy that's over this entire reading, is literally it's choices of power. So what's happened is he's been given this position in reward for him choosing McCarthy, but it's also a delusion card as well. So it is literally a smokescreen card. Knight of Wands, message, quite an important message coming forward externally. This is this karmic energy again. Externally, Santos is getting into government is going to cause this karmic energy. And we have this, you saw me shuffle. Internally for Santos, it's literally the same, almost the same two cards in different order, but externally it's going to bring about significant change. Internally for Santos, he's going to find himself heartbroken, disappointed, heartbroken. The truth is literally going to stab him through the heart. Here we have the hopes and fears. This is the Republican bickering, infighting. Outcome, stealing of the truth, will bring about a tower moment for Santos, about his manipulation and the abuse of power is going to lead to him in retreat. Perhaps an exposure to Russia is going to be investigated, and then we have the Star of Hope coming forward. He's going to find himself beaten up in regards to his connection to the Russian oligarchs that he's hoping to keep under wraps, but then we have Temperance here as well coming forward. So he's been put on this committee basically as a reward. He's not going to have any effect, but what has happened is he's been fully exposed. And now is in the sights of investigation. Okay, if he hadn't done, he wouldn't have. Okay, I'm going to have a quick look at DeSantis' sister, Tiffany Santos. Really not interested. She's not in government. But it does show that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I'm feeling really sorry for his mother, actually, which is unusual because there's something in their upbringing that has put both of them on this particular path of thinking that it's okay to lie and get away with it and default and get away with it. But I'm getting okay. What the boys are telling me is that, so their mother, she was a cleaner. She was employed as a cleaner, who died in 2016. So what's that, 7 years ago. She was extremely hardworking. But what it was is that because she was, and it comes back to paying people an affordable living wage, she was so busy working to try and provide. She was not there to actually influence over her children. There was somebody else who had influence over them that set them on this path. And she's actually, oops, sorry, I'm just going to pick those cards up. And they were interesting cards, sorry about that, that really support what I was trying to say. Emotional disappointment in regards to the path that they have chosen. Yeah, okay. Don't know who had the influence over them that made them think it was okay to do this sort of thing, but there was somebody in their past life. Okay, just show me very quickly, Tiffany Santos, what's in store for her. Tiffany Santos, George Santos' sister, Tiffany Santos. Thank you. Getting some really conflicting, confusing energies here. I don't know what she thought would happen when her brother got in. Okay, it is a truth crossroads moment for them. It is a lift the blindfold off and look at the truth moment for both of them. Because she's now found herself in the limelight as well. This is really a truth crossroads moment for both of them. Okay. And the challenge is the seedy underbelly being brought to the surface, the swamp that they have been stewing in brought to the surface and exposed. So she's found herself exposed as well because of him. But it is really, they're having if I say an OF moment in the truth exposing who they are, this is what's happening. Right, what's stewing behind the scenes for her? Strength and Sun, 2 major arcana. Okay, full illumination. Full illumination on what she has done. What's coming forward for her? Something out of left field. Prosecution. So there's a lot of strength in what is being illuminated, and she's very possibly going to face some form of prosecution. Entertainment only in regards to this, the karma hanging over her. The smooth orator, bringing forward a lot of messaging. Messaging coming forward in regards to her. I don't think this is the last we'll hear of it. I don't think this is the worst of what she's done. There's something more coming forward in regards to her, the outcome, this toxic devil energy, her thinking her luxury gilded cage that she's desperate to cling on to is literally going to dissolve in front of her eyes. She's quite anxious about this. And in the face of the lawmakers, there is going to be an inevitable ending, a judgment call on her. Okay. There's going to be more information come out about Tiffany. This is not the last that is going to be heard of her, but there is going to be some sort of prosecution made against her. She tied herself to this greed, avarice, addiction energy. Allegedly, there are accusations that her and her ex-boyfriend were stealing other people's packages that were left at the apartment building where they lived, so maybe it's something to do with that, allegedly. But yeah, it's not looking good for either of them. Okay, thank you for joining me. A lot of questions already, but if you've got any more, please let me know and we'll see where it leads us. Thank you. Love to you all. Bye-bye.